It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
It took me 4 weeks to see if this was a good idea or not, but finally I have decided that it is, and it's time for me to step into the world of Doctor Who, which is probably one of my most favourite TV shows of all time, and rip it to shreds. Yeah, and by that means I'm going to review it and see if the pilot did really suck, or if it was probably one of the best episodes ever, which it wasn't the second one. The episode starts out with a shot of the Doctor's office, which, to be honest, I really like the look of. Nardole also seems to be getting a bit rusty ever since his reconstruction in The Return of Dr. Mysterio, which was never seen. Continuity errors. Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't even know anymore. Anyway, Nardole shows into the office a girl called Bill, who I'll get onto in a minute. Thing which I found quite odd is the fact that Bill does notice the bolt that literally drops out of Nardole, but doesn't say anything. Surely she would be questioning it, and she just doesn't, and Nardole just kicks the bolt away. Oh god. This is gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it?
People just call you the Doctor. What do I call you?
The Doctor.
Okay, man.
The Doctor's not a name. I can't just call you Doctor. Doctor what?
You had one job, Moffat, and you didn't. No, just no. I'm already done. Anyways, with all that aside, we find out that the Doctor actually is now working in a university as a lecturer, which I find quite funny considering he knows more about the universe than basically anyone on this planet. Except maybe Stephen Hawking. Maybe he knows a bit more. I don't really know. But anyway, it's funny to think that music and quantum physics are linked when they obviously aren't. This is probably just to fill some time, or just to... I don't even know. Wait, yes I do know. It is to fill some time. Jesus Christ, Moffat, when will you ever learn? Nothing interesting then happens, and then we actually get introduced to Heather. Now, if I'm honest, Heather is probably... well, she's not the best side character, but considering she's the only supporting cast member and the villain, kind of makes it double duty. And to be honest, the antagonist for this episode just wasn't anything special. I just don't even know what it was. Oh wait, yes I do. Intelligent spaceship oil. Uncreative buggers. Kept it PG. What I will say though is that her and Bill's relationship is really awkward. At times I was literally saying to the screen, awkwardness intensifies. Because I think I was right in that aspect. And then plot convenience happens later on in the episode, but we will get on to that. Because that's when the quote-unquote good stuff starts happening. Speaking of the antagonist, let's go on to that right now. The main antagonist was an oil puddle from a sentient ship that could talk. Just let that sink in. It was a talking puddle that apparently needed a pilot for some unknown reason. Again, we may never know. But it apparently chooses Heather because reasons, I guess. Moffat, please explain. But yeah, Bill's face right now in that picture is the face I was pulling when I found out that the main antagonist of this episode was a bloody puddle. But on the plus side, we did get some fair share of, let's say, scares, and I use the term loosely in this episode. After all this with the puddle and all that, we then get this shot a few minutes in. Keep in mind, this is like over half an hour into the episode, so it took about a good 25 minutes to introduce the threat to the bloody audience. I mean, I get this is a companion introductory episode, but you don't need to take that long, seriously. That's why most of this episode, in my opinion, was just filler, although I will say this shot is very well edited, and the director definitely needs credit. Speaking of, well, filler, well, this isn't filler, but I'm just going to point it out because I've missed it myself. The moment in the episode where Bill is looking for Heather, she comes across the main story arc for this episode. The Doctor and Nardole are in the basement of the university, the basement, and apparently they're guarding some kind of vault. In fact, the Doctor has made an oath not to go off-world because of this vault. What's in it? Well, there's two possibilities, John Sims' Master or the Mondasian Cybermen. To be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing either in that vault, but it's a case of when we're actually going to see it. Apparently Moffat says around episode 6, but I guess we'll have to find out. Jesus Christ. This is going to be quite the anticlimax. I can see it happening, just an anticlimax. Although apparently from what we've heard... wait, that is not from this episode, so I'm not going to say it. Anyway, now that's all rambling out the way, it's time for a TARDIS adventure, apparently. Oh yeah, and another thing, when Nardole says to the Doctor that he said it to friends only, that's a very good link to the social media of today, considering most of our stuff is friends only, because seriously, that picture... Where am I even going with it? I don't know, so let's just move on before all our brains decide to implode from my unknown logic. Anyway, the new TARDIS team, I should say, they get in the TARDIS and apparently, well, they test out how far this oil puddle can actually go and how fast it can go. They travel to many places like Australia, which to be honest failed as a jump scare. I'm not going to put any of that in because that's effort. Also, yeah, we go to this really weird place, which is like a futuristic planet with poor CGI plants, I should say. Yes, I'm stuttering a lot for some reason, because once again, this is not scripted. Anyway, and then we go to this bit, which was probably the best point of the episode, the Mavellan Dalek War. But the Mavellans were only in it because fan service. Fan service. I hate fan service so much. This episode's killing me. Why do I even watch Doctor Who anymore? Anyway, this shot is quite interesting, and I'm going to explain why now. The Dalek bursts onto everyone's screen shouting "Exterminate" at the Doctor, as the Daleks do. Apparently, they had to use the Daleks in this episode, because apparently, if they don't use them every series, they lose the right to them, which I think is complete bullcrap. And to be honest, the Daleks were not needed in this episode, so Moffat, stop trying to attract the fans. Seriously, I would have been fine if there wasn't any Daleks, but no. Anyway, this thing shows up again, and it gets awkward. Because, well, I'll just let Peter Capaldi explain this in a few minutes' time. Well, a few seconds' time. But this shot here, for some reason, I find really cringy when they do stuff like this. Capaldi's face says it all. But anyway, I'm now going to play that clip, which I also thought was probably one of the best moments in the entire episode. So take it away, Mr. Capaldi.
Now listen to me. Whatever she's showing you, whatever she's letting you see, it's a lure. It's a trap. She's making you part of her, and you can never come back.
Since I'm probably the only one that likes that kind of mini-poem, I'm just going to leave it there. Anyway, I do believe the resolution of how everything is fixed is still a bit meh, in my opinion. Because although they did kind of like each other and all that, let's just say the villain? Villain? Yeah, villain. Anyway, possible hairball. Anyway, the villain, let's say, copies everything that Bill and everyone else says, including the Dalek, which I thought was extremely badass. Anyway, so it copies everything that you say, and then Stephen Moffat just throws that out the window by letting it say goodbye to Bill when she says goodbye to Heather. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know myself. Well, yeah. And then it just disappears without really any explanation. Will it be back? Who knows? Apparently they're teasing that it might be. So here's just something funny I put over the top of it.
You cursed rat! Look what you've done! I'm melting! Melting!
That being said, I think that'll do us. So, did it suck? Yeah, I really just ripped off Harry's Moving Castle with that. But anyway, I give this episode a 6 out of 10, because the characters, they're okay, everything's okay, but there are some set design flaws, some dialogue flaws, and also the resolution for my liking is a bit too simple. And I really don't look forward to reviewing the next episode either, because it's written by Frank Control Boyce, who infamously wrote In the Forest of the Night back in Series 8, or as I call it, and many other people call it, In the Forest of the Shite. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you in a few days. So I have to get at least 3 more episodes out before Saturday. Challenge accepted, and I'll see you guys next time.